Hi, welcome to VAI. This is your mentor, Julian. And for today, we are going to talk about resume. First of all, I want to congratulate you for actually deciding to pursue your career in the VA field or the VA industry. And to help you out and to help you land the perfect job that you always wanted, I'm going to help you and I'll discuss all the necessary information that you will need. So the first one would be regarding your resume. Well, you have to understand that there are more than 500 applicants that apply for each job vacancy. So, pag isa ka dun sa 500 na yun, that's a probability of 1 over 500, if you could just imagine. So it could be a challenge and it could be very hard for you to get noticed by your client or the recruiter. That's why it is so important for you to make sure that you optimize and you send out a very effective resume. Going back to my previous discussion, Virtual Assistant 101, I talked about the 10 most important parts of the resume to make it perfect and to make sure that you will get noticed. And these are the 10, if you could remember or if you read the previous video. First, it should be short, easy to read, updated, verifiable, no personal information, correct grammar, no monetary value, with action words, actually filled with action words, with your contact information, and all the information on your resume is relevant. That's the summary. Now, hihimay-himayin natin isa-isa ang mga bagay na to. Make sure na ang resume na ipapasa mo sa recruiter or kay prospect client is very noticeable at pwede na kayong mag-interview. Alright. But first, we have to know, I know you already know this, but there are a lot of challenges whenever you're trying to get or land a dream job. But here are the 4 top challenges. First of all, nasabi ko na yung kanina, crowded job market. A lot of applicants there, and also there's the competition. So you can just imagine the probability of you getting noticed and also for you landing the job. Another one, you could be noticed, but you might be you are not noticed because even if you are qualified, should I say. So qualified but unnoticed. Why? Maybe because they don't see it in your resume. They don't see it in your cover letter that you are qualified. So make sure that that's what is seen on your resume. And of course, number 4, 80% of jobs available out there are not unpublished. Meaning, yung nakikita mo sa social media na job post, that's just 20%. The other 80% is not published because maraming ways for the recruiter to hire, not just through job posts. So what you can just see online might be 20 or 10% of the jobs available in that company. And these are actually those challenges. But also have to know how companies hire. Kailangan malaman kung anong process nila, ano nila fini-filter, paano nila nalalaman kung sino ang qualified. Of course, we have different ways. Number 1, internal move. 5% of jobs are internal move. Ito yung nag-open sila ng job vacancy at pinil nila yung job vacancy ng empleyado nila. Kunwari, itong job vacancy is for a manager and someone is fitting and qualified for that role. So, kinuha nila si employee, ikaw ay promoted. So, dito ka na sa manager post. That's internal. And aside from that, we also have networking. Networking in the sense that these are people with people outside the company Pero they are already noticed or they are already known by the company. So they are within the network of the company. And 65% of the jobs are posted via networking. Another one is resume search. For example, a recruiter would prefer looking for a person outside the corporation, outside of the network, then they would search for the resume. And for them to search for the resume, they would search using keywords applicable for the job role. And third, or should I say fourth, this is 20% of the jobs, job posting. I mean, job posted is through job posting, not inside the company, not through networking, not through resume search, but job posting in the platforms. Social media platforms as well as hiring platforms. So kung ano nakikita mo sa Facebook, sa LinkedIn, sa Upwork, sa freelancer.com, and wherever else, hubstuff.com, those are job posting, and those are 20% of the jobs na napopost. Okay, that's how companies hire. Again, I have to let you know and I have to reiterate kung gaano crowded ang market for jobs. So you have to make sure that all the steps that you make, you are being noticed. Minsan nagtataka ka, 100 na. I have already sent 100 emails with my resume. Why no one is even calling me for a job interview? Here's why. First and foremost, unattractive email. This is for your cover letter. And not to worry, after the resume discussion, we will talk about cover letter and I can help you out so you can optimize and make sure that that email that you are going to send is noticeable. It's very attractive that before they even open your resume, they would want to talk to you, they would want to interview you. Another mistake is in your resume itself. Gaano man kaganda ang cover letter mo, kung ang dami mong mistake sa resume, then that could lead for them to disregard the resume. Here are some mistakes, common mistakes for resumes. We have 4 that I have listed here, but later on, hihimay-himayin ko nga, sabi ko, lahat ng parts ng resume. Okay? And first, we have photo. Photo, it's highly optional. Depende sa'yo kung gusto mo maglagay o hindi. Pero pag pinili mo maglagay, you have to make sure that that photo you are putting on your resume is very professional looking. A slight smile, professional attire, professional, your look should be professional. No, hindi na kailangan ng makapal na makeup and so forth. Simple powder would do or kahit walang makeup as long as you look professional in that photo that you are attaching on your resume. If not, better do not put a photo. Okay? Another one, you have been using a generic resume. There are a lot of sample resumes online. Alam niya ng recruiter, they have been looking at resumes for the very long time. And they can easily see, they can easily notice if your resume is so generic. So scrap it off, okay? Enough of those copy pasting. Let's make your resume very personalized so they can know you more, okay? That's one. So you have to make sure do not use generic resumes, please. Next one is unqualified. Huh? Unqualified? Yes. Minsan, we are super desperate to look for jobs that we are applying for jobs that we are not qualified for. Stop wasting your time on those. Since you want to have this dream job, of course, you have to set your dream job. And that's the job that you're going to chase. Don't chase for jobs that you are not qualified and it is not your passion. Okay? And of course, grammar and spelling. Dito na tayo nag-aatlo. Nakikita yan ni recruiter. And if you do not fix or you do not check your grammar and spelling, it only means one thing. You have not done any effort at all in writing that resume, thus implying na hindi ka ganun ka-interesado, hindi ka ganun ka-desperado to have the job. So please, if these mistakes are on your resume, tapon mo na yan, gawa tayo ng bago, let's start fresh. Okay. Now, you also have to know and you have to understand what recruiters look for or look at in a resume. But here are some tips. Bago pala tayo pumunta sa tips, dun sa, hindi ko kasi ito nalagay dito, pero merong research kung saan they have asked, or they have observed several recruiters, and they have checked the pattern on how recruiters look at the resume. And obviously, the result shows na most of the recruiters, ang una-una nilang makikita pagbukas nila ng PDF or Word file na yan is the upper portion of the resume. At yun, upper portion of the resume. Another thing, impress the recruiter or your prospect client, you only have 10 seconds to do so. 10 seconds, that's it. So make it count. That's why I have here the 3 tips to build a great resume. It's not the end of the world. There's always a way, okay? 10 seconds man yan, 5 seconds man yan, as long as you have the great resume, then it should work. Number 1, you have to make sure that what's important comes first. Sabi ko nga kanina, according dun sa research, ang una-una nilang tinitingnan is the upper portion. So the upper portion might be the best place for you to put what's important, what's relevant for the job. Okay? Number 2, using keywords. Keywords in a sense that you're using their own language. You can get these keywords via their job description, the job post, or you can check their website. Kung gusto mong tignan yung title ng, yung job position, andun usually yung mga description nila. And you can use their language to your advantage. Use their keywords. Recruiters would be very familiar kapag nakita nila na, this is the exact word that I used when I posted the job. It would give the recruiter or the client a good impression of you because it means that you read the job and you are interested, you did your research. And the third tip, which is also very important, customize. This is the opposite of being generic. Customize, you make sure that that resume would really highlight who you are. Hindi lang copy paste, which is so lazy from it. So you have to really customize your resume. Andito na lahat ng steps. I will help you out along the way in writing that perfect resume to make sure that what they're seeing or what they're reading before they see you is who you are. So these are the 3. Okay, so what's next? Eto na tayo. Guilty rin ako dito eh. Ito tayo sa common mistakes in starting or writing your resume. Nilagay ko talaga dito, title. Pero pag-uusapan din natin yan detail. Title, personal information, contact information, objective or objectives. Okay. This is example lang naman. Pero, ano natin, medyo common din na nangyayari talaga. I want you to take a look at the title. Sabi, resume. It is obvious that if you're going to send a file to a client, especially if it's about the job application, it's a resume. So do not state the obvious. Stop stating the obvious. Resume, alam na nila. Pagbukas pa lang nila, pagtingin nila na may pangalan ka, alam na nilang resume yan. So please do not use that as the title of your resume. Do not use resume or CV or anything that really implies what the document is about. Next, objective. Objective, it's also super obvious. Seeking a suitable position, kaya ka nga nag-a-apply eh. Diba? Kasi you're seeking for a suitable position in that company. But what's really turning off your prospects about the objective, pag sinabi mo kasing objective, you are talking about yourself. You are talking about you landing the job in the company. You are not talking about how you can fit, how you can fit in the puzzle. So I think for me, objective is something that is so selfish, something that is so you, it's so it's so selfish. So please stop making that mistake of putting the objective in your resume. Next one, personal information. I have reiterated a lot of times in virtual assistant one-on-one discussion to separate your personal and your professional profile. That's why please remove any of these mistakes in your resume, putting your personal information such as nationality. Of course, if you're going to read the job description and they would require a nationality, then it's up to you if you would like to put it. However, if it's not necessary to have it stated, please disregard, remove the nationality. It's not needed. Hometown. Wala silang pakialam kung saan ka pinanganak. Please disregard. Date of birth. Date of birth is something very tricky because at some point, it could cause them to criticize you before they even saw other relevant information. Why? Either you could be too young or too old for the job. So to make sure that you avoid being criticized, remove date of birth. Marital status also could be a cause of criticism. Please remove it. They would not need that, and it would just cause them to criticize you or to judge you. Okay? So remove marital status. Gender, also another way for them to criticize, for them to judge. I mean, hindi naman ako nagbibigay ng masamang impression sa recruiter. However, we just need to make sure na you only let them see what you want them to see, na talagang relevant and important to the job you are applying for. And these are not really that important. Wala silang pakialam kung babae o lalaki ka, basta magaling ka, at you are the perfect fit for the job. Better yet, remove gender. And of course, huwag mo na ilagay si occupation kung none. Diba? Kaya ka nga nag-a-apply, so huwag na si occupation. Another common mistake, whenever you put your contact information, take a look at this example. Tatlo ang cellphone number na nilagay. The best way for you to get reached or called by the recruiter is to provide only one. Tama na yung isa for them, para ma-avoid din na ma-confuse sila. Okay? Just provide one, and that number you should provide is the best number they can reach you. Okay? So only one will do. Do not provide 3 or more, please, because it would only confuse the recruiter. Hirapan pa natin sila. Next, address. You don't have to provide your exact address, pwedeng region, state, and then your country will do. Hindi ka naman nila pupuntahan eh. Kaya hindi na nila kailangan ng iyong complete mailing address. So, please remove those as well. And third, email. I've already discussed this in Virtual Assistant 101, but again, let me reiterate, whenever you set up your email account, kunwari, you already have an email you've used personally, so if that email would not show or would not be read as professional, better yet, you create a new one. Okay? Sabi ko nga, better na i-separate mo na yung personal and professional profile mo. So create a different email. And that email format should be professional looking. Professional in the way na ang nakikita is yung first and last name mo. As simple as that at gmail.com or yahoo.com, whichever your email provider is. However, if that option is not available, then you can add, what do you call this? Punctuations such as period, underscore, or you can use numbers. Like Mark Smith 123, Mark underscore Smith 456, something like that. Just to make sure na ang makikita is your name, which is professional looking. Okay? To make sure that you check through your resume, your previous resumes that you have been sending to a lot of clients before, and check these common mistakes. If you see these mistakes, disregard your resume right now. Okay? Since we've been talking about objectives, let's dig in further. Okay? So what's an objective and what's a summary? Dun sa objective, what's your goal in applying for the job? Diba? Sabi nga, seeking a professional position, yada, 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 which is so obvious and very unimportant for the client. Kasi also, it would give a negative impact on your part because it would only somewhat imply being selfish because you're showing there that what you want to do is just apply for the job and not really what you can do for the company. That's the difference between an objective and a summary. Here in the summary, you can actually tell who you are, what are your qualifications, and why they should hire you. And if you can see, all these parts in the summary would answer the questions before they're being asked. Kasi ito mga tinatanong sa interview eh. So, bago pa nila itanong, ilagay mo na dun. That would help you a lot, I tell you. Okay, now going into detail. So let's take a look. We've already talked about common mistakes, and now we'll see what's needed to be done so you can correct that mistake. This is just something that I created, just a simple one, to give you an idea on how you can start drafting your own resume. First, your name, which is so important. Make sure that your name is very visible. It could be the biggest scene in your resume, the biggest one seen in your resume, and then you can highlight it in bold. Of course, the font size, it could range from 20 to 22. That's for the name, complete name. Next one, discuss ko na kanina to, it's your professional email. There you go. So what I put here is my name. Since my last name is so mahaba, I just put the number 2. But still, it looks professional. Beside the name is my contact information, only one. That's the best number that they can reach me. And then my location, which is in the region, CAR, and then Philippines, country. If you have a professional profile such as LinkedIn, I highly recommend that you put it there as well. That's your discretion. Makakatulong din yun sa'yo. And regarding LinkedIn, I'll have a different discussion regarding that. Now, let's take a look at the title of my resume. The title is not resume or CV, it's administrative assistant. Let's assume that what I am applying for is administrative assistant. That's my target position. Therefore, I want it to be my title, the title of my resume. After that, we have here the summary, and then professional skills. Regarding professional skills, I want to make sure, you have to make sure that what you're putting here are just the relevant skills for the job. And for you to know what the relevant skills are, you have to do your research. Again, via job description, job details, and going to the company profile. Okay? So make sure they're relevant and also they are really your skills. Do not just put them there as bullet points if they are not your skills, because your resume would tell you who you are. Okay, I'll have a detailed discussion regarding this, but let's move on. So that's just the format on how you can do it. Make sure that your name, contact information, location is visible, and the title is there, and then your summary. Okay, now let's dig deeper and let's try to see. Now we'll talk about the summary. How to write a strong summary. These are some of the ways that you can write it effectively. Since I said na your summary would tell you who you are, what your qualifications are, and why they should hire you. This summary is super important because you're already asking questions. You're already answering questions before they're being asked. These are common questions actually that are being asked in a job interview. So to help you out and to help them sort you out, is for you to put a summary. Others would not recommend it, but I would highly recommend it for you. Super effective, I tell you. So first, to make you make a statement of who you are. You can actually put there a or an, whatever you are or whatever your title is, with the number of years of your experience in that industry, if not, with your interest or with your passion in what career, in what function, or in what industry. Next one, for qualifications, these are some of the templates you can use. A, and then you put your unique characteristic. A strong professional, an effective professional, something like that. Or you can say person who specializes in, person who has a blank skills, person who specializes with blank skills. Okay? If you don't have any relevant experience to the job that you are applying for, then simply put it this way. Graduated from the field of study, let's say it's relevant to the marketing industry, and that's where you graduated, then you can put it there. And of course, you indicate the name of the university or the college that you went to. Of course, why they should hire you, you should put 6 most needed skills, professional skills, and interests. Again, this should be relevant to the job that you're applying for. To give you a tip, maybe it's better na mag-start ka sa mahabang list, around 10 to 15 lists, and then you can sort out the best 6 doon. Kunin mo sila kung sila yung pinaka-appropriate at best sa job description. Okay? So that's how you write a strong summary. Okay, moving forward. Okay, now let's try to dissect what we have learned. I wrote here a summary as well as professional skills. Top 6 professional skills for me, which is applicable when I am applying as an administrative assistant. But let's try to check first. Here is the summary. If you can see, an administrative assistant with a demonstrated history of working in the marketing industry. A strong administrative professional focused in providing a reliable and detail-oriented contributions in business management, social media marketing, and lead generation. One thing that you have to understand in putting your summary, aside from telling them who you are and why you're qualified, why they should hire you, again, using their language. Keywords, using their language via the keywords that they put whenever they post the job or the job description in their company profile. Next one, similar would be the skills or the professional skills. Tsaka dito, make sure that what you're putting is really your skills. Okay? Kung sakali man na hindi ka makapag-provide ng skills, then I would suggest knowledge in. Knowledge in specific skills. Like for example, you have knowledge in general ledger accounting, cash management, especially if you're a fresh graduate and you don't have prior experience and you're applying, then better yet, do not use professional skills as the title for putting this one. Instead, use knowledge in. Because yes, if you're, for example, you're a graduate of accountancy, then you have knowledge in general ledger accounting, cash management, right? Fixed asset accounting, something like that. So you have to be careful on what you use. For fresh graduates, knowledge in. For those with skills, they already have prior experience, use skills or professional skills. That's how you write a strong summary. Next one we have here is how to know more information about your target job. Kanina sabi ko nga yung sa keyword, again, you do your research. Doing your research, you have to really read the job post or the job advertisement. You can see those whenever you check Facebook or LinkedIn. If you don't have information there, go to their website. Check their job description. It will always be there. And also, you can go to LinkedIn. There is, if they have a company profile via LinkedIn, then it would be helpful because they would also show the job description, qualification, and requirements. So better check it there. Super helpful. Do your research before you start working on anything else. Now we have the tips in showing off your experience. So nasulat mo na si summary. Ngayon, papakita natin how qualified you are for the job. You first have to understand the difference between experience and knowledge. Knowledge, ito yung mga bagay na natutunan mo habang nag-aaral ka pa. Theory, and so forth. Experience, that's putting your knowledge into work. Okay? So that's the difference between the two. Doon na madalas ang problema ng mga fresh graduate. Kasi it's a competition really, I tell you. So it's hard for new graduates to really show off their qualifications. But it's still possible. But again, you have to understand the difference between experience and knowledge. Okay? Again, your experience, it shows your real value, your real qualification for that job. So here's actually a format that I follow whenever I write a resume. It's in red here. First, you can put the position. For example, your position for your past use work is customer service representative, thing like that. Administrative assistant, executive assistant, social media manager, and then next would be the company name. Put the company name. Next would be the start date and the end date. And here you have several ways on putting the your start date and your end date. For example, you don't remember the exact dates that you have started, the exact day, then the month, if you remember it, the month and the year would do. For example, you started September 2015 and ended December 2017. That's fine. Pero for worst case scenario, don't remember the month you started, then just put the year. 2017 to 2018, 2015 to 2018, something like that. So this is the format. And after putting your this general information about yourself, of course, you would put there some bullet points about what you did for the company. Again, write what you did and what you were expected to do. Super no-no sa job description. Kina-copy-paste lang yan sa Google. Better yet, ipakita mo dun kung paano ka naging importante. How you delivered the job description in this company. As a customer service representative, as a social media marketing manager. Okay? So please do not put your job description kasi that's what they're expected of you. That's what you're expected to do in that position. But it's better for you to write what you did for the company. And another tip is to highlight relevant words that you want your client or recruiter to see. Sabi ko nga, 10 seconds. 10 seconds to make it count, to make them notice you. So highlight. You can use bold. Yeah, bold. It's the best way for you to highlight. Okay? And here, let's dig in deeper. I wrote here something that we can look at. I got this from my draft, my resume draft, to help you out. So again, we have here the part where you put your title, which is the career progression. Up to you. No problems at all. Kung gusto mo ng work experience, yun ang ilagay mo instead of career progression, no problem. Okay, this is the format. The position, executive assistant. The company, Abacus Agency. The date started, 2017 to present. And then, here in the bullet points of your career progression, ito po tayo, yes. Prior to that was fraud analyst with Citibank, and the year started and ended. Now you see the bold letters and numbers there. It's a relevant information that I want the recruiter to see. Why? Example, yung ina-apply ko, administrative assistant, I want them to see that I have executive experience. I assisted an executive role, a vice president. I managed 1,000 or more leads, generated 100 leads a day. And I used LinkedIn. So meaning I'm proficient in LinkedIn. Another one, 70 to 80 phone calls. That's something. Doing ako noon eh. And then 300 total clients and fraudulent reports daily. Very relevant information. You really have to make sure that you highlight, make sure that they see it immediately. And of course, back to basic in English, subject-verb agreement. If you can see here, ito si executive assistant kay Abacus Agency is present. So it's still happening right now. So the verb that, or the action word that you have to use is also present. Present, assisting, generating, because it's still happening right now. It's still present. Similar to this, however, for fraud analyst with Citibank, I ended in 2017, so it's already past tense. Therefore, my action word should be past tense. Answered, provided, processed, and resolved. There. That's how you do it. Oh, speaking of grammar, eto na tayo. Speaking of grammar, since I already mentioned subject-verb agreement, make sure that you review grammar and spelling whenever you write your resume. And to help you, it's super easy. We have Grammarly here. You just have to go to grammarly.com. Here. Grammarly.com. Pag hindi ka pa nakaka-sign up for Grammarly.com, just sign up. It's super easy. You just need your name as well as your email, and then you're in. Now, you can utilize it You can also download their Chrome extension here. Para kahit kung saan-saan ka man nag-type, then Grammarly can help you out, check and correct any grammatical errors. So here at grammarly.com, you can upload your resume. Kapag natapos mo na yung draft ng resume mo, you can just upload it here. Hang on, let's try. Sorry, should be this one. You can upload your resume, and there. Okay. And this is super helpful for everyone. Super helpful for me. Grabe. As in, yung alam mo ng tama yung ginawa mo. Pero, pa rin tayo, nami-miss pa rin natin. So, ito siya, oh. You can just click it. Makikita mo yung mga misses mo sa grammar. And then you can just click. And it will help you out, really. I tell you. Grammar is super important. So make sure that you have it, you have your grammar, spelling, punctuations checked before you even submit your resume. Since we're still doing a draft, this is how it goes. Ganyan. O, diba okay na siya? Pag wala nang red na nagpapakita, meaning it's okay na. So you're all good. There. Okay. This is for free, but if you would like to take advantage of more tips from Grammarly, more ways in improving how you write, then you can go premium. I'm not sure how much it's cost, but you can try and check. The free version is still helpful, super helpful. There, that's how you can utilize Grammarly. Okay. Now, since you're done reviewing your grammar and spelling using Grammarly, then let's move on to templates, resume templates. Gaano ba ka-importante na may template? I'll show you later on. But this is the best tool that I'm using for resume templates. Canva, this is so popular na. Nag-release na sila ng bagong version niya. Canva 2.0, which is so helpful for everyone. And here, let me show you. You just have to go to canva.com. Hindi ka pa nakaka-sign up, just sign up, super easy, then you're in. There's an upgraded version, pero useful na ang Canva 2.0 kahit na free version lang siya. Here, dati kasi wala tong search eh. Puro lang siya mga template dyan, mga ganyan lang. And then, you can choose. But right now, meron na siyang search button, so you can search specific to the template na gusto mo. Like, it's one, resume, saka makikita yung dimensions niya. Something like that. And here, I have one prepared na. And, ito, nakikita na yung mga mistake ko. Yun po. That is because of, wait, let me zoom it in. And this is because of Grammarly. It's checking everything for you. So, if you might have missed something, it would check it. Or it would correct it for you. Yeah. Yeah. And here, if you look at the left portion, this one, there are a lot of templates that you can choose from. As in maraming templates, a lot of color palettes that you can choose from. So after drafting your resume, then you can start moving it to a template or transferring it to a template. Pero syempre, even if you want to be creative using these tools, you have to make sure that it still looks professional na hindi na siya parang artwork or hindi na siya parang painting. There. You just choose which one you're comfortable at, as well as kung anong template, kung magre-resonate, kung ano ka talaga. Saka, huwag mong kalimutan na yung content mo pa rin ang pinaka-importanting titignan nila. So there. You just choose any. Yan. Merong mga templates na hindi mo kailangang maglagay ng picture. There are templates na you can also put pictures. So you have to be very careful with the colors that you are choosing. Please choose as less color as possible. At saka mga pastel colors are better instead of the neon colors because it would not really look good. Para lang siyang para kang gumawa ng art project, something like that. So please, just be careful with how you use the colors. But grabe, Canva is super helpful and it can help you lighten up or bubuhayin niya ang iyong resume. I'll give you an example. Ito na yung result ng resume ko. Before that, this is the draft. It's your choice kung gusto mong ganyan lang. If you want to edit it or put any layouts sa Word na, it's okay. But to make it easier for you and also to give you more options, ganun, you can use Canva. So this is the before. Ito lang yung draft. But for me kasi, I want to let the client know that the relevant information are my professional skills as well as my career progression. Kaya kung makikita mo dito sa resume ko, I put them together. Yung kita na sila. Their skills and career progression and accomplishment. This is my summary. There you go. Yan lang si draft. Sa Word, there are a lot of ways for you to optimize it or to put layouts whatsoever. It's up to you. Again, it's always on your discretion on how you would like to make your resume look professional. But help you, Canva is always there. All right. So there you go. Finally, we've finished our discussion with resume. And if you have any questions, if you have any problems when starting your resume, feel free to leave a comment or send me a message so we can have a one-on-one mentorship. But I want to make sure that before we do a one-on-one mentorship, watch this video first. Make sure that you followed each tips and steps, and then we can dig in further your own personal or your own resume. Okay? And then after resume, before you send that resume to your recruiter, you have to make sure that you write an attractive email, right? Remember the challenge earlier? We are not noticed because our email is so unattractive. I have another lesson for that. We will go into that on the next discussion, which is all about cover letters. So if you're excited, please stay with us or please be posted. Mag-like and follow ka lang. I will definitely create a discussion for cover letter. All right, so that's it for resume. Happy writing and thank you for your time.